Sparta Aim still struggles.
Yeah, so far, start is fairly similar to game number 1, as we have a lot of mid-control here for Clash. Akeos so dominant on the left side, just a constant presence and a constant problem as he picks up a kill, followed up by a kill from Lena. And now Clash have control to pick up some more gems. Actually, they're letting Lena pick up those extra gems. That's already 6, and that is giving too much respect to your opponents, too much space. As Clash, they have 7 gems already in their pocket.
I mean, it's astonishing that Lena was able to move up the middle of the map and take those 3 gems. The amount of control that Clash are able to exert here with this extremely long-range composition, quite frightening. And Nova didn't really pick into a longer range setup themselves. I mean, they've still got the Sandy here. Tara gets picked up. They're going to have to hope for a shock and awe moment, a big play with this Tara pull. Otherwise, they're in deep trouble.
7 gems still for Clash, but they have 2 on their side of the map. Should be pretty easy to reach. Aspartam is trying to contest them, trying to create a bit of space for his teammates to make something happen, but he ends up going down. That's 2 kills now. Today, solo HP, that's a team wipe. As Lena closes things out, and Clash start off yet another countdown. 10 seconds left, and I don't see how Nova Esport can interrupt this.
I mean, Gear now doesn't really need to do too much. He can stay in the middle of the map. He's got the benefit of being a sharpshooter, but not being the gem carrier. He gets to play a little bit more aggressively. A very one-sided first set there as Clash starts strong. You know, Teddy, Lena made a tweet the other day. He sort of tweets saying, players that treat lands like a holiday with yawning emojis. You see just how serious this team is. They're not here for fun. This isn't a holiday to them. They're here to take it all away.
Clash is one of those teams where their fun is winning, and they are going to do everything they can to achieve that. So far, it's working out amazingly. And what worries me a little bit here is that we're starting off with some modes where both teams are not necessarily the most comfortable. Minecart Madness, for Gem Grab, we'll have Bounty, we'll have Siege. Those are definitely not the most comfortable modes for those guys, but sets 4 and 5 are where they really shine. Hot Sun, Broble, we might get 2 there, maybe not so far. It's looking really good for a Clash, and look at that, same brawler, it's a mirror matchup, and it's just a world of a difference between those guys' stats.
I mean, there it is. Lena is like, yeah, comfortable. We're going to have a 3-0 here today. And you make a great point, Teddy. All of Nova China, especially Nova China, their best maps are at the end of the series. They don't get to play their best maps unless they can win on one or like a set that they're not good at, right? They have like a 92% win rate on Brawl Ball. Bad luck. It's the last set in this entire series. Hot Zone, yeah, it's the second last. You know, the rest of this one is looking fairly bleak for this team. Now, let's be clear. Nova China doesn't lose a lot of games, a lot of sets even regionally. They are very comfortable, but I think this really is this is a great reminder that, yes, Clash are a number 2 team in their region, but they've had so much more high caliber competition, whereas Nova have had many months, Teddy, I'll be honest, they've just steamrolled through the competition. And maybe that gives you like a false idea of where you stand, in the sort of global pecking order here. And hopefully they were, able to benefit from some scrims in China, but they aren't here in Bucharest. They can't scrim with the rest of the teams here at the World Finals, and you can see what a difference it makes. This isn't just a World Finals event. It's like a boot camp for many of these teams in the days prior.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing here as well is that Clash, as you mentioned, they were always second in the region of EMEA, and that means that they always had to adapt to try to overcome and try to beat SK, and that means they had that dynamic of always wanting to learn more so that they could reach the top, which they weren't really able to do consistently this year. And that dynamic, that way of learning and of getting better and better and better over time, that's what brings you here and gains you that confidence. Whereas Nova, they were always sitting on the top, looking down, not really having quite as much to work on and to improve. And once the competition increases by, going out of specific regions and going to the international world finals, that is where that lack of experience can be very problematic.
I can see Lena there in lobby. He's just spamming the start game button. They're just waiting for Nova to select their brawlers. They are absolutely ready to go here. And again, we talk about how Nova China, very good Brawl Ball map. I think you pointed out that, the same can be said for Clash. Brawl Ball is their best game type, and that isn't, it's not going to come up unless there's a tiebreaker set to be required here. But this is a shell-shocked Nova Esports right now, realizing just how scary the giants of the West have become. I mean, Clash have played in so many, we call them El Clasicos, right, in the European region. SK Gaming were their sparring partner for so many of these. They made each other stronger. And now Clash realized that SK's not here anymore. They are the ones that have to really carry the torch alongside Reply Totem for their region, with so many of their, their brethren teams being knocked out here. It's still a scary field. It's still a scary competition, but this is a Clash that looks pretty comfortable being up there on stage. What was a gear? This is what is he smoothing his eyebrows? Do people even do that anymore?
I'm not sure, but something I want to just add up that you mentioned earlier, Split and Basketball being at the end, so Hot Zone and Brawl Ball being the best modes for Nova, and they only get to play it in set 4 and 5.
Yeah.
The thing is, those are also the best modes for Clash. And that is a huge problem for a matchup like this. When you are the underdog, ideally you want to get a bit lucky and have some game modes you're very comfortable with early on that are not your opponent's favorite game modes. And here, because it's so similar and Clash overall on paper is the better team, there isn't that specific element where they stand a very big chance at taking that set. And that can be a huge problem getting further into this match. We'll see how Bounty goes down. It is